Welcome to the showcase video of Evidence System by Karthik Scripts, where every clue tells a story. The script generates multiple types of evidence by default. Burn patterns left behind by screeching tires or explosion or fire scenes. Left behind at explosion and fire scenes. Blood samples collected from injured or deceased individuals at the scene. Bullet projectiles recovered from surfaces and bodies after a shootout. Bullet casings ejected from firearms during any shooting incident. Fingerprints lifted from vehicles, weapons, and surfaces touched by suspects. Fire residue, trace evidence left behind after any fire or explosion. Saliva collected for DNA analysis and identification, and much more, all waiting to be discovered, collected, and processed. The forensic camera documents the scene before anything is moved. Professional viewfinder overlay with zoom and focus controls. Every photo is auto-tagged with coordinates and the photographer's name. Photos are stored in the evidence gallery inside the tablet and can be bound permanently to the case record, or imported if recovered from a suspect's device. Restrict the perimeter to authorized personnel only, keeping the scene clean, evidence intact, and immersion unbroken. The portable fingerprint scanner allows officers to scan the fingerprints of other players without going through the lengthy laboratory process. Players can also use it to check their own fingerprint on the spot. You can collect saliva samples for DNA analysis. Once collected, the samples can be divided into test tubes and processed in the laboratory. Victim inspection generates a body damage report, documenting wound locations, injury types, and characteristics that feed directly into the ballistics and forensic record. Entry points, exit points, trauma patterns, all documented and linked to the case. For traffic enforcement, the digital breathalyzer measures blood alcohol content with per-drink accuracy. Green for sober, yellow for buzzed, red for over the legal limit. BAC tracks in real time, accumulating with each drink and decaying naturally over time. In a vehicle explosion scenario, the script generates multiple pieces of evidence. such as ignition sources, burn patterns, and more, which, when collected, are stored in an evidence bag that can later be processed in a laboratory. The Hydrocarbon Detector allows officers to scan crime scenes for hidden fuel traces such as petrol or diesel, reacting in real time with visual and audio cues to help pinpoint suspicious areas and collect evidence for further analysis. Lifted prints can be processed in the laboratory within a configurable amount of time. Once complete, a report is generated displaying the alphanumeric identification number of the fingerprint. Fingerprints can also be found on weapons that have been handled. These prints can be lifted from the weapon and processed through a dedicated weapon scanning station. If no match is found, the print is marked as unknown for future reference. DNA samples collected from blood pools or saliva are processed through the lab's centrifuge and DNA sequencer, generating a unique alphanumeric profile. The report shows the matched subject if they're on file, a confidence rating based on sample purity, and automatic cross-case alerts if the same DNA surfaces at another scene. Bullet casings collected from any shootout can be loaded into the ballistics analyzing machine, which processes them within a configurable amount of time. Once complete, a detailed weapon ballistics report is generated. The generated ballistics report contains detailed information including the weapon model, serial number, registered owner if applicable, caliber, and more. Once analyzed, a body damage report is generated containing detailed information, such as the extraction date, total projectile impacts, serial number, wounded regions, and more. Accelerants, burn patterns, and ignition sources collected from a crime scene can be analyzed in the laboratory to produce a detailed explosion forensics report. Revealing key findings such as accelerant traces, heat and charring patterns, and physical ignition sources, helping investigators determine the origin and cause of the explosion. Hours after a scene is processed, scene reconstruction lets you bring it back. Every forensic marker respawns at its exact original 3D coordinates, labeled with what was found there. A private reconstruction instance removes all current server activity, leaving only the case evidence. Built for courtroom presentations that go beyond photos, the forensic sketch system gives investigators a freehand drawing canvas directly in-game. Choose your layer color: white for body outlines, red for blood trails, yellow for boundaries. Every stroke projects from the 2D interface into real 3D world coordinates, snapping to surfaces. Sketches are saved to the database and persist through server restarts, reopenable whenever the case is. Every investigation is anchored to a crime scene report. Open a new case, write the narrative, set the privacy level. The system auto-captures GPS coordinates, street name, timestamp, and the assigned officer. From there, all forensic data, evidence, photos, biometrics, reports, links directly to that case file. Every case maintains a full audit log. Who created it, who edited the narrative, when the status changed, which officer handled which evidence. Physical items track their full chain of custody from scene to property room. And if the narrative is updated as new evidence comes in, previous versions are preserved for supervisor review. The Access Tool item allows police officers to unlock any vehicle with or without a minigame. On the criminal side, the cleanup system gives suspects a realistic window to sanitize a scene. Hydrogen peroxide removes biological traces. Surfaces can be wiped of prints. But the window is tight. Leave the scene too late and the evidence has already been collected. The Karthik script's evidence documentation covers everything from installation, features, migration, and exports. But the standout feature is custom evidence integration, allowing you to create entirely new evidence types like shoe prints or tire marks with minimal coding, and even set up dedicated lab machines for processing them. And finally, a preview of the Karthik MDT integration. Biometric data syncs automatically into person profiles. DNA records, fingerprints, case summaries, evidence locker contents, forensic gallery. All accessible without leaving the MDT. One ecosystem, zero gaps. You can now purchase the evidence script on our website, karthikscripts.store. You can have a look at other scripts as well. Get the evidence script at a 20% discount for a limited time.